Let me ask you, Prince Turki, what is it like to be a prince?
It's very much like being a non-prince. You can still catch colds, you can still feel hunger, you can still strive for betterment, you can still consider that the world is going from bad to worse and feel the pain and the agony that other people feel, but also you can share in the happiness that others may give you.
To be a prince, does that just mean to be a child of the king?
It is being a member of the royal family.
And what are the responsibilities of being a member of the royal family?
Well, I think the biggest responsibility is to live up to the standards and the ideals that the royal family stood for many years. Basically, humility and goodwill towards others and a duty to serve whether God or country.
Prince Turki, as I've been around you, I've sensed that you're a man who really loves God.
I hope so. In Islam, we're enjoined to love God above everything. And as such, we can do that through our religious duties, whether it is through prayers or through supplication or through the pilgrimage or through the fasting that we go through or through almsgiving to the poor. All of that, witnessing that there is one God only and that the Prophet Muhammad is his prophet, is an expression of love to God.
What should be the relationship of Christians to Muslims?
A relationship of brotherhood and understanding and respect.
That's good. Thank you very much.
Can I ask you a few questions?
You can. Ask me anything you want. You got Suhail?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, can you see
Now, my question to the Reverend Robert is,
This is dangerous.
what have you found in your travels among Muslims that may have changed your view before you traveled among them?
Well, first of all, I used to, and don't be offended, Prince.
No, go ahead.
I used to be afraid of Muslims. I thought all Muslims were extremists. So that, as I got to know Muslims, even in Afghanistan, I found they were some of the kindest people I had ever met. And they were noble people. I like that about Muslims. I think the other thing I like about Muslims is they pray. I love the way they pray. I mean, it's from the heart, and I admire that very much.
And you told me that you visited mosques
I have.
before and that you actually prayed in those mosques.
I have.
Why did you do that?
There was a imam who had told me he had gone to a Christian church to try to understand it, and he had actually prayed in that church. And as I was with Suhail, I was thinking, you know, this man is doing his best to show me respect by praying in my house of worship. And we don't necessarily agree everything about God, but I thought, if he can show me that respect, as a Christian, I can pray anywhere, in a mosque, outside, in the church. I should show him respect and pray with him because God hears both of our prayers. So I did.
You know, as Muslims, we have the 5 pillars of Islam.
Yes.
One of which is almsgiving.
Yes.
Is there such a ruling in Christianity?
It is. It is something we call tithing. And so, like, if you were a Christian and you went to my church, Prince, you're supposed to give at least 10% of your money. And then, but that's just tithes. And what that 10% means is that God gave you everything you have. And then you can give offerings to the poor. So like at our church, about 30% of the money in our church goes outside our church.
The issue of baptism has always baffled me in the sense that, as I understand it, it is a sign of recognizing that you're cleansing away your soul and your body in order to be prepared to get into the company of Jesus and God and all of the holy presence. Is that a right description of what baptism is?
It's two things. First of all, we don't believe baptism makes you a Christian. But it is, I mean, we were speaking last night, it is a picture of what Christ did. He lived a life. We believe that he died on the cross and was put in the grave. But because he was sinless, he was raised from the dead. So it's a picture of what he did. And the second thing is it's a statement of a person who is following Christ. That used to, I was one way. Now Christ has come into my life, and I'm a different way. Now,
so cleansing the past and going
yeah,
to a more worshipful future.
It is. It's saying I'm different. Now, there are different views of baptism. Like Oliver, for example, he's from a Catholic perspective, so they just sprinkle you. So you just get a little righteous, not all the way. and then they also, I'm teasing you. And then also, they would some Christians will be baptized at birth. But as Protestants, in my tradition, we think only a man who can think should make a decision for God. Even if he's raised in a Christian family, it has to be his decision.
So he has to reach adulthood before he's baptized.
Or at least old enough to make an intelligent decision.
Well, you know, Reverend, I'm going to have more questions for you as we go along. So you'd better bring this machine with you all the time.
You can ask me anything you want.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Prince.
Good interview on both sides.